Armenian viewpoint. Let's go speak with Andrenik Israelian. He's the head of the External Relations Division of the Armenian Ministry of Justice, and he speaks to us from the Armenian capital of Yerevan. Andrenik, thanks for joining us on I-24 News. Since I'm speaking to you from Tel Aviv, let's start with what does Armenia expect from Israel now in terms of those weapon sales to Azerbaijan?
Thank you for having me. I think it's not secret that those weapons which are shipped to Azerbaijan from Israel currently are used against civilians. So for the last few days, tangling in the battlefield, ILHAM Aliyev's regime started indiscriminately or probably targeting the civilian settlements throughout Artsakh. So basically all major towns in Artsakh, the capital Stepanakert and Shushi and Hadrut and Martuni and Martakert are shelled, are bombarded, and a lot of civilians are being killed. And this is to say that the very existence of Armenian people in Artsakh, where they used to live for thousands of years, is under grave threat. There's a threat to existence, very unfortunately, for the probably in 100 years after the Armenian genocide, there is again a grave threat to existence of Armenians on their very historical land. So basically what would every Armenian expect, and what many Jewish scholars and intellectuals already raised the issue and expect from Israeli government, I want to stress, because a lot of Jewish friends express solidarity to me in personal conversations. So basically what these Jewish scholars and intellectuals and what Armenians around the world expect from Israeli government is to show solidarity with the truth. And the truth is that arms shall not be shipped to a government which is using it against civilians.
Andrenik, to be fair, the Azeris, I don't want to get into the roots of the conflict, which are quite complex, but the Azeris say that Armenia is also targeting, or at least forces, Armenian-linked forces in this region are also targeting civilians. How do you respond to that?
Well, you don't need to be an expert to make a basic judgment. So the population of Artsakh, a not yet recognized Armenian Republic, is 150,000, and it has no intention of attacking 8 million or 7 million Azerbaijan. Secondly, Armenia has a democratic government which has been widely elected 2 years ago, whereas in Azerbaijan you have a very corrupted family rule since more than 20 years. And this rule is being shaken. Now, as Azerbaijan has falling oil prices, there are authoritarian regimes toppled in many post-Soviet countries, and Aliyev regime feels that it is very insecure, and it has to launch a military attack in order to rally around the flag.
Right.
That's the basic thing.
All right. Andrenik, it increasingly does look like some kind of international mediation may be the only answer, even for a ceasefire, never mind solving this long dispute. But I want you to listen. There is one nation whose role here is disputed. Let's listen to a statement that was made today by the Azeri president.
Turkey must definitely be in any upcoming peace process. A peace process will surely be started. Clashes cannot go on forever. So the sooner, the better. This is our opinion. So a long-lasting, sustainable peace in the region can be achieved.
Andrenik, I think I don't have to tell you, Israel has its own issues with Turkey and its leadership. But would Armenia accept Turkey having a role here in mediating dispute, in resolving dispute, or at least in a ceasefire? Where does Yerevan see the role of Turkey here?
I think I might redirect the same issue to my Israeli friends and ask them, now imagine Germany hasn't apologized for Holocaust and tries to find a mediation role between Arabs and and Israel, Arabic states and Israel. So what would be Jewish reaction to Germany, which refuses to acknowledge Holocaust and apologize? The same situation is here. I mean, you see a country which has perpetrated the first genocide in 21st century, refused it, and now tries to find a role. But meanwhile, also, according to international reports, according to French president, according to Russian foreign ministry, a lot of Syrian mercenaries are shipped with the assistance of Turkey to Azerbaijan. And now, what role can Turkey play? The best role Turkey can play is stay aloof from the conflict. That might be the only reasonable role Turkey plays in this conflict.
All right. Well, hopefully there'll be at least some kind of ceasefire in the offering, no matter what international mediation may be involved, what nations are. Andreynik Israelian, head of the External Relations Division of the Armenian Ministry of Justice. Thank you for joining us on I-24 News.